What do you do when you're not seeing the progress in your business that you would have liked and everything seems as a bit much? Hi, I'm Yvonne of Amaze Yourself, and we help agency owners and consultants to get more clients. We do so by improving their current client acquisition systems, introducing new ones, and making sure their operations is set up to scale. So we help you make more money guaranteed. Now, what do you do when you're on your way to make more money, but everything kind of comes to a stop? It feels like you've hit a plateau, and no matter what you do, it doesn't get better. Recently, we had a conversation in a group of entrepreneurs, and this came up. Some of them were feeling like deflated. They were working, and it felt like they weren't hitting their goals. So today I want to talk to you about something a lot of people don't openly talk about, because agency owners rather share the good news instead of what's not going so well. But trust me, I see many where it doesn't go well, and especially it never goes well all the time. But what do you do when you hit that period when it's not going so well, but you eagerly and desperately want it to go better? All right, so there are 5 things I'm going to share with you today. And the first one is to look at the gain and not the gap. And what I mean by that is that actually, if you look at the progress you made from where you were a year today from now, okay, where were you a year ago? What has changed since then? What has become better? I know you see so many differences. The problem is that most agency owners not just look at what they have gained, they look at what could be better. And I don't mind that. I actually love it when I speak to goal getters. The problem is, though, if you only look at what could be better, you never appreciate your growth. And trust me, even when you hit your next goal, there will be a next and a next and a next and a next. There will always be another goal. So what do you do when it gets all too much? You look at your gain. You don't look at where you need to go. Okay. This is also a very intriguing book for you to read if you are looking for your next read, and it talks about where to focus. The other thing that I highly recommend you do is that you zoom out for a bit and you look at it from a different perspective. When you're in your business and you're literally in your business and you are doing it all, you can't see what's happening, not really. When you take a step back and another step and another step, things already look different, right? So you zoom out. When you actually are taking a different perspective, so maybe look at your business from a client's perspective, look at your business from a vendor's perspective, look at your business from a competitive, a peer. All these different perspectives will show you something else. And then look at what you see. So honestly, the best way to see your growth is to zoom out and to take a step back and to see what has been happening and how far you've come. Okay. Now, if you're like, well, this is all great, but I just want to see facts, I want to know how I'm doing, then I would suggest start tracking your data. Start seeing your progress. Start seeing what's happening right here and now by keeping a dashboard with all the numbers in track. You would be surprised by how many business owners come to me as a business coach. And when I ask them about finances, and when I ask them about how many clients come in, what their conversion rates are, how many leads they see on a frequently basis, they have no answers. They not only have answers with respect to clients coming in, they also don't have answers with respect to tracking their progress. They don't know what's going on in their finances. Mostly because they have outsourced it, which I applaud. I really would say, for me, it was the one thing, it's always been the one thing I've always outsourced. wherever I lived, because I know that tax laws always change and I'm no longer on top of it. I used to be a tax advisor, but no more. So I know how important it is to know these rules, because then you can use them in your advantage. But even when you outsource it, you should still be on top of it, and you should know on a daily basis how your business is doing. How much money is it making? How much money is it spending? What money is coming in? What money is outstanding? All right. Another very important thing is to celebrate your wins, whether they are big or small. You need to celebrate everything that's going on in your business. Okay. Now, many of my clients fight me on this. They tell me, oh, I hit a goal, but I'm not going to celebrate, or I won't, I don't have the time. The problem is, and this goes hand in hand with the first point I talked about, celebrating your gain, not your gap. The problem is that if you never celebrate, your brain will never know that you're doing so well. If you start to celebrate your wins, your brain will know, oh, we set a micro goal, we reached the micro goal, we got rewarded. We like that, we feel happy, we want to feel more happy, and your brain is going to make new neural pathways for you to get more opportunities to celebrate. So you almost owe it to yourself to start celebrating, because it triggers something positive in your brain that gets it to do more ways to celebrate. Okay? Then the other thing to make sure that you know that you're making progress is to make sure your client pipeline, your leads are coming in. Too often, people are unhappy. Agency owners feel like they are not making the progress because they don't have the leads coming in. They don't have their pipeline filled. They don't have new clients coming in on the regular, which then leads to stress, which then leads to discontentment, which then leads to unhappiness. And then from that, it starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So the better you are at securing a completely filled pipeline, the quicker you are feeling better. So from all these things, work on getting your pipeline filled. Work on celebrating your wins, making sure to see and look back at your progress. If you have trouble doing that, zooming out and change your perspective and really track your data. Data is including data about your pipeline. And if you need help on filling your pipeline, if you need help on getting more leads and more clients in, reach out. This is where we can help. We guarantee that you get at least 30% more revenue, and if not, you get your money back. That's what I wanted to share with you today, and I look forward to looking and seeing you next week. Wishing you an amazing day.